So it started with the classics. Someone wrote that. There were people writing the classics, and we took advantage of it. We read them, and we can now practice. There were other people that started, like Giovanni, that started translating those, and we were able to read them, use them for our colleges, and use them for our education, and when we could start practicing. Research, Professor Hugh McPherson, good friend Rosa Schneier is there as well. Unfortunately, George Lewis is no longer with us, Richard Hammerschlag. These people, these influential people, wrote about acupuncture research and put acupuncture research on the scene. Now evidence comes along, and then because of all that we have, it all builds up, and now we're writing important and relevant papers. Now my question to you is, who's writing tomorrow's classics? In 50, 100, 2,000 years time, who's going to look back and think, oh yeah, those guys in 2021, 2022, that was the bee's knees. That was thanks. It was really good that they wrote that stuff, because that's our classics now. So this needs to be you.
Oh, baloney. The whole thing always gets back to drugs.
This is language that we're familiar with, we're comfortable with. It's not that hard for us to adjust and adapt to be part of this. Again, just for your reference, the main 4 focal points of the guidelines are to focus on improving accuracy of diagnosis, reducing unnecessary testing. So the first one is because of time. This one is because of money. The third one is because of education. So again, focus on education, lifestyle modification. That's the main. So when you look at the guidelines right now, the main intervention is lifestyle modification. It's not medication. The front line to address PCOS is lifestyle modification. That includes emotional well-being and quality of life. Again, stuff that we do all the time. And this is the important for us, and why I'm here talking to you, and why I hope that you follow this wave and keep on producing material, is that it does emphasize evidence-based medical therapy. So they only want to include stuff that they can understand what it's about. So we need to explain to them what it's about, what we do in the clinics, so that it can then be included in this as well. So you might think that, yes, it's all good. We have guidelines, we can do acupuncture, everything is fine. Well, 1/3 of women have reported that it takes more than 2 years before they get a diagnosis, and it takes them 3 or more health professionals before they get their diagnosis. That's time when they're not doing any work towards getting better, or very little work. So they don't even know what they have, and they're just going from one consultant to another. Few of them were satisfied with the diagnostic experience, and even more with the information they received. So if we train ourselves and if we educate ourselves to have this information to give them, great, we can do this for them. And listen to them. Again, remember, it's all about guidelines and what we can do and can't do, but what do they want? And here's what really got me from this paper. Difficulty losing weight was the main thing that came up, because that's what these people said that they wanted help with. Difficulty losing weight. The next one was irregular menstrual cycles. And after that, and only after that, came infertility. Fine, we can focus on the fertility aspect of it. I love it. I know that you love it as well. But remember, what did they want? And they really want to focus on that losing weight aspect of it. So maybe we should be doing more stuff about that. So how can you help? Look at what's out there. Dr. Susan Arentz wrote about this. Lifestyle modification is the current first-line intervention. However, as many as 7 in 10 people with PCOS do use additional complementary medicine. And actually 2 out of 5 use herbal medicine. This is from research from Australia and New Zealand, I'm pretty sure. Because of all that I was talking over the last few minutes, I decided to include that on the paper that we just submitted to one of the journals, where we said there's a prevalence between 5 and 20%. Hospitalization rate is twice as high for people with PCOS. The economic burden has been published really recently that it's 8 billion per year for the USA. UK and Australia, 312 million and 285 million. This is really bad for you guys, but hey, we can help you. This is it. This is us saying that hey, you really have a big problem here, and we could do something about this. And here's what we can do about it. We just take again the research, put it out there, and show it to them. How do you show it? You show it that this is not new. You're not trying to reinvent the wheel. 70% already do it. Why are they using PCOS? Actually, the reason why I have this particular study, again, I know the group of researchers, but I thought it was really interesting that they found out that these women were going for acupuncture and herbal medicine because they saw us with a possibility of treating more than one thing at the same time, which I thought was really interesting because it kind of reminded me of looking at the aspect of you go to, again, no disrespect, but you go to the GP and you can only bring one condition. They were seeing us as being able to treat more than one thing at the same time. And that more than one thing tended to be general well-being, or PCOS symptoms and infertility, or PCOS and depression. So these are things that we should have more on our websites to make sure that people know that we can help them with this. Again, talk about losing weight. Last year, I had the pleasure of doing a joint talk with Professor Elizabeth Serra-Victorin and Dr. Mark Perlow for the IFS in Vancouver. And again, think about acupuncture for weight loss. Here's what Lisa is doing in the lab, using acupuncture to help these women that can't lose weight or find it really difficult to lose weight, using acupuncture to get them going, to start. So it could be someone that is self-conscious of going to the gym or of actually finds it difficult because of the amount of weight they have. Whatever it is, we can help them. We can give them that initial push with acupuncture, and then they can then go into their lifestyle recommendations and what they should be doing. Yeah, Chinese herbal medicine, it can be used for PCOS and it can be used in a clinical setting. Lily and the team have done this. They've done the feasibility and the pilot study in the UK where standardized herbal medicine and individualized herbal medicine was used for these people with PCOS. You can have these, you can have a look at them. They're all published, so you can go there and check out like there exactly what herbs they were using and the amounts and what were their findings, and showing that it is feasible to do this trial. And just to let you know, they were looking at oligo and amenorrhea. And the preliminary findings do show that they are getting these clinical effects on menstrual regularity. So this can be done. It just needs more people like Lily Lyon, like all of us. Andrew Flower is involved in this as well. So again, if you report what herbs you're using in your clinic, this will help a lot towards, well, there you go, be the change, make it count. This will help a lot in terms of designing those trials.